Assalamualaikum and good morning. Okay, my name is Fatima. You can call me Teach. You don't have to call my full name Teacher Fatima. Just Teach will be okay. Okay, I have about 20 years of experience in accounting. I teach and I also work in the corporate world of accounting and in the various industries. Okay, so and when I would like to touch on the managerial accounting, because nowadays everybody is doing business, so managerial accounting is basically more for internal, not for external, more for internal, how you run your business. Okay, so the book that I will be using, but you can use any kind of managerial accounting books, more or less it will be the same. Okay, I will be using McGraw-Hill, Garrison, Noreen Brewer. Okay, so but you can use any manager accounting books that you have, but bear in mind, because of the current situation, AI has come into the picture, so this book may not be relevant anymore. A lot of the items that we will touch is no longer can be used. Okay, especially if you know, if you're doing manufacturing, everything that is repetitive work will be do away with the AI coming into the picture. Okay, so I have a few topics that I have prepared, that I will touch. Okay, first it will be what is managerial accounting, and then the key usage. Okay, business strategy, and then it comes into how AI has affected the industry. Okay, so when I was preparing these notes, it has it just crossed my mind. Okay, whatever we have learned in the past 10 years is no longer applicable. Okay, so a lot of things has been do away with. Okay, especially when it involves the manufacturing company. Okay, so most things can be done by robotics. If it's a big company, it has robotics, but for small companies, you can still use manpower. So a lot of this managerial accounting can be still be used. Okay, so managerial accounting is a branch of accounting that focuses on providing financial and non-financial information to internal users. Okay, to internal users like managers, like our own, we as the owners. Okay, and then it helps with this data that is available. It helps us to focus for the future, in terms of how we want to develop the business. Okay, so detailed reports such as budgets, cost analysis will be done. Okay, we will make it tailored, customized according to our business needs, more for us rather than the public reporting. Okay, so these are some of the items that usually, if you have learned managerial accounting, or you have flicked through a managerial accounting book, these are some of the reports that we usually managerial would do. Okay, budgeting. Okay, this is very important, but most company, especially when small companies, they are so eager to start their business, they never do the budget, they never do the forecasting, and then they suddenly jump into the business. Once you have started and then you get caught, you got stuck, then how do you proceed? Because you have not put a target. So this is why budgeting and forecasting is important. Okay, and then you have the cost, volume, profit. Okay, these are all analysis that we do as and when we produce our product. Okay, we have to make sure whatever we produce can generate profit. Okay, if because we are so excited, we want to put the best product, but we are not aware that the cost is going to, we won't be able to cover the cost. Even you put a selling price, it is a bit unreasonable, okay, because the selling price is it cannot compete with other competitors. Okay, if you produce a candle, wax candle nowadays, scented candles, okay, you make a very nice one, but the cost is expensive. So say if you make it, the cost itself is already 15 ringgit. So if you want to sell, you can't sell at 15, you have to mark it up. So how much should you mark it up? You have to make sure that it covers your manpower. If you're doing it yourself, it's okay, but if you have labor, then you have to consider, does it cover the labor charges? So if you sell for 25 ringgit, you think it is people will buy? Because they can easily get another scented candle for half the price or even less than 10 ringgit. Okay, so these are things that we have to bear in mind, when you want to do business. Just don't jump into it. These are also important things. You don't want to get caught. You spend thousands and then you don't end up not getting anything back. Okay, then you have the ABC, activity based costing. This will go later on, not now. It's too much. Okay, then you have the variance analysis, where you compare your budget to the actual. Then you see the variance. Is it positive, negative? Okay, then you have to analyze why is it not giving you any profit? Why is the result negative? Okay, those are things that you have to analyze, and you don't do it by the end of the year. Okay, you have to do it quarterly, yearly is too long, quarterly, monthly. Okay, those are things, especially if you are a small business and we have just limited funds, so we really have to make it work. Okay, then you have the capital budgeting. Okay, capital budgeting. Okay, if you are a small business, you might not need to buy all these expensive or big equipments, but in order to penetrate into the market, okay, our economy of scale is helps. So if you can produce a large amount at very minimal cost, wow, then you can sell at cost at price that is very competitive. But then in order to do that, you have to purchase new equipments. So then you have to see, is it viable for you to do that? Okay, these are the things that that we later on have to discuss. I'm not going to teach, it's more of a discussion. Okay, now because we are going into a new era where AI is in the picture now, artificial intelligence. Okay, even I ask AI what kind of work is redundant now, they even say bookkeeping is redundant. So you imagine if I am promoting, if you want to do accounts, I can do simple accounting for you. I can even do full sets account for you, sediam berhad. But since the AI is saying, it's going to be, they are doing it away because you can just have prompt engineers do all these prompt things, and then we can scan the documents and then read it up and then key in whatever those things. Okay, but still, in order to analyze, okay, you still need your brain. Okay, we know better. It's our business, okay? So don't get me wrong. AI helps. It helps for us. It feeds us information and helps us to make a correct decision. Okay, I do that too. Okay, but it's not 100%. You cannot depend 100% on AI. Okay, all right. So what is a business strategy? So if you are doing a business, definitely you have to know what is your business strategy. It is a long-term plan that a company uses to achieve its goals and compete successfully in its market. Okay, in simple terms, it answers three questions. Where are we going? Okay, how will we get there? How will we compete? Okay, so these are the things like I discussed earlier. Your goals. Okay, you have to set your goals. Get your target. Okay, and then how will you get there? Actions and plan. How long is going to take you? Years? Do you have that much money to survive? Years ahead? Okay, how will we compete? Okay, what is the price? How is the quality? Is it a niche market? Or are you competing with other people also doing it? So these are the things that you have to discuss before you start your business. Okay, a business strategy is not just a goal, but a complete plan on how to achieve that goal while competing with others. Okay, because we're doing business, kita tak boleh shop sendiri, kan? So others are people. We think, oh, we're going to do a very good product. Say kita nak buat cake. Okay, a very nice cake. Okay, say you come up with a cake. I don't know what kind of cake. But you think if you do it today, you think tomorrow nobody will copy it? Oh, we have all these geniuses, they just eat the cake, they taste it and they know, how to make it or what are the ingredients, and tomorrow you see you have a few competitors and that's it. So, but if you can compete in terms of price, in terms of quality, okay, even if people can copy, they might not be able to get the actual taste and they might not be able to compete with the price that we are doing it. Okay, so these are things that we have to be able to predict, be able to put on papers. You cannot just put it, it's in my brain. It's all in my brain. I can just sum it up. No. Suppose if you get sick, then your wife or your son or daughter have to take over. How they gonna dig up your brain to know, what does dad want to do next? Okay, so you have to put it in writing. Okay. Alright. There are 3 types of business strategies: cost leadership strategy, differentiation strategy, and focus and niche strategy. Okay, let's go. So I'm doing this more to compare to our local market scene. Okay, so first we're doing the cost leadership strategy. Okay, I will show a few examples. Okay, 99 Speed Mart. Okay, it's famous. Okay, everybody is going to 99 Speed Mart. Why? Because it is one of the chain stores that give you the cheapest. Some of the price are the cheapest. Okay, this is one of the best local examples how they apply cost leadership. Okay, focus on basic, fast moving goods. Okay, operate in small stores. Yeah, it's dekat you punya housing areas. In my housing areas, I think there's at least 4 Speed Mart. So if you go to this Speed Mart at this section, it doesn't have the items that you need. Okay, then you go to the next one, and you go to the next one. There's 4 of it. Okay, so imagine. In other areas, I think it will be the same. Okay, and then the high volume sales. Okay, because they have a lot of chains. Okay, so they can buy in bulks and then have it put in their chains, their stores. We can't. Okay, if we buy 1,000 units and we have only one shop, do you think that is advisable? Nope. The least you will buy is I'll buy 2 dozens, and my reorder stock will be when it comes down to a dozen, then I will restock another dozen. That is what we can do because we only have one shop. But 99 Speed Mart, they have a lot of shops, so they can buy yeah, 1,000 units and have it distribute, and they can even sell it within a day or two. Okay. And then minimal store design and stuffing. Okay, if you've been to 99 Speed Mart, yes, it's a bit, the aisles is very narrow. I think if you use the cart, you can't even pass one another because the aisle is too narrow. So because they are trying to reduce the space and put as much stuff as they can. Okay, but the main thing is they sell it. They must make the sale. So they can sell everyday items cheaper than many supermarkets, attracting price-sensitive customers. Okay, if you expect to buy a high-end product, okay, you be sure you won't be getting it at 99 Speed Mart. Okay, if for example you want to buy baby milk, I think you can get Dupro. But if you buy something like it's a bit high-end Mamil, or I don't know what's this kind of milk that's expensive nowadays, you won't be having that at 99 Speed Mart, but you will have the cheaper and which it's easy on the pocket. Okay, next is Maidin. Okay, Maidin is also another chain of stores, and they have last longer than Speed Mart. Speed Mart is quite new, so Maidin has been in the scene for a long time, and they are still surviving. The same thing. The only thing is Maidin, they don't have a big, in one area they don't have a few Maidins. Okay, one area we might have one Maidin. Okay, and but this Maidin will be huge, big. They have a lot of items. Okay. And customers shop there because prices are consistently lower. Okay, right, I do that too. Okay, and then you have Eco Shop. Okay, Eco Shop is for people who wants to buy certain items, because Eco Shop previously known as the 2 ringgit stores. Okay, so fixed low pricing. So if you can't find items that goes 10 ringgit, 20 ringgit, because they try to make it basically it's 2. Maybe they have about something that's higher, but very limited items that has higher prices than what they have said, 2 ringgit. So, and then sourcing low goods in bulk. Okay. So if you want to buy items, like people want to do for Hari Raya, you want to give for door gifts, usually people will come here, because you can buy a lot for a cheaper price. People come for any event. Okay, a 2 ringgit door gift is good enough. Okay, and then now we go to the differentiation strategy. Okay, compete by being unique rather than cheapest. Okay, one of the example is Secret Recipe. Okay, known for a wide variety of cakes and desserts. I think everybody knows Secret Recipe. It's a local Malaysian business. Okay, and people go not because it's cheap, but because it's the food is good. I like the cakes. Okay, and then the style is very nice. You can do for birthdays, anniversaries. So rather than going to hotels, the price is so expensive, you can just go to Secret Recipe. Okay, so customers go there for the experience and variety, not the lowest price. Okay, another example will be the chicken rice shop. Okay, chicken rice shop also, it's a simple dish, but bear in mind it's not cheap. But you know once you buy a set, you're bound to be full. Okay, they have a few varieties that you can pick and choose. So They turn a simple dish, chicken rice, into a branded dining experience. So the taste is the same. I think the taste is the same. I've been to a few chicken rice shops and the taste is the same. So, and it's very comfortable and family friendly environment. Okay, competes through branding and consistency, not price. Okay, bear in mind it's not cheap, but it is it's easy to get and to have a family gathering. It is very convenient. Okay, and then you have the Basque Bear Coffee. Is it Basque Bear Coffee? Okay. So now we have a lot of coffee, local coffee coming in. Okay. So Basque Bear Coffee is also a local Malaysian business, and you also have Zeus. I think then you have a few kopi apa dah? A lot. Okay. These are focus on premium coffee at home convenience. So nowadays everybody goes for coffee, not because they drink coffee, but because of the experience. You go around carrying a cup of coffee with a brand on the surface. Wow, it makes you look very prestigious. Okay.